Hello, everybody, and welcome to Space Simulator. My name is Jeff Aviano. We're going to check out this game today. This is on Steam for $6 right now. It's 40% off, so if it's something that piques your interest, you can go check it out there. This is a tablet port, like a mobile game port, and the Steam version that we're showing today is just the Apollo 8 mission. And it is, there's way less features on the Steam version than there is on the tablet version, but I hope that they do something with this game. I hope it's not just like a throw it out there on Steam and try to make a cash grab. I'm hoping they're actually going to put time into this because, it'd be cool to have a space simulator. With that said, the graphics are crude. It's extreme early access. So, be ready for that. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what it's all about.
Good morning, Apollo 8.
Good morning.
Starting pre-launch checklist.
All right, starting pre-launch checklist. It's loading in the game. The graphics are freaking out there. Let's let it load the game around us here. All right, Houston, we got a good copy. Fantastic. So welcome to the command module on the Saturn V. You can see here a lot of switches. It looks complicated. We're going to get around that soon enough. So I'm left clicking right now to move my head around here. You even got all your circuit breakers over here. And then the right mouse button will let us move freely in the module. And then our middle mouse button goes forward and back. So you can go right click, go up, forward with the mouse button or back. And you can use that left mouse button to look around. It's kind of weird, those controls, but those are the main ones that you'll have to deal with. So if we double click on the module anywhere, we are shown outside here. And there is the Saturn V in all her glory here on Launchpad 39A in Cape Canaveral. Now, the graphics are quite low quality. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of PC you are running. This is what you're going to get. I've seen people running this resolution times you wouldn't believe. And they're like, it still looks like shit. Well, I mean, it is what it is. So I can't say if this stuff bothers you, like white lines in the sky, which to me, the space simulation supersedes it. So it doesn't bother me too much, especially if you're in the command module. But it needs a lot of work. Let's be 100% honest with ourselves here. So here we are on 39A. There's Kennedy Space Center back there. And we've got a Sea King flying around in a nice orbiting pattern. There he is right there. But you can see the rocket is completely modeled. And when you get up close to it, it doesn't look too bad. Like, as you can see here, there's the module there. It's a little top piece, and you can see the separate stages. Pretty sweet. So, when we do launch, I'm going to be over here on the ground so we can watch the launch from here. It's got some cool sounds to it. So, let's go ahead and double-click and check out the module here. So we can hit these three buttons at the top, or these little three dots, and that opens up all of our options down here. Now I can close this is the checklist, and you can click the checklist to open it. But let's go through the other stuff. We've got a burn. Well, a menu is like to go to the main menu. Hitting burn is going to bring up our burn table. And you can resize any of these with the bottom right drag and click it wherever you want to. We've got a camera window here. So right now it's in look at and follow mode on the outside. You can have a TV zoom. You can move all this stuff around all you'd like. We have time compression right there. We've got our main flight controls of rudder. There it is right there. We got control. We've got the MFD. Got another MFD. This is the flight computer there. We've got a TTY, which is kind of like a terminal for debugging. The checklist, like we saw. Autopilot, this is a big one. You can load these different autopilot functions into the flight computer and it will do it automatically, which is nice if you just want to get in and go. So you can hit AGC test from there, launch to orbit, etc., etc. And the AGC test would do your flight computer test and put in the correct verb and noun. So we'll go ahead and close that. Then we have the orbit. Now, if you play Kerbal Space Program, I play Kerbal Space Program. I haven't played Orbiter, but this has kind of gotten me interested in checking out Orbiter, a free space simulation. But here's the orbiting screen. Now you can zoom in. Once we launch off of Cape Canaveral here, we're going to get a little green, arc that's going to show our orbit path here. And we'll have a little dot that shows us our oapsis and then the periapsis when we are in a parking orbit. Now, if you're familiar with Kerbal Space Program, you'll know you could change your different targets and you know, try to figure out how the hell are we gonna, you know, make the translunar injection to get to the moon. Well, you can do it once you're in parking orbit. This is the main screen you use. So you can hit orbit, it pauses the simulation. You can change the delta V, the delta T, and the normal, and all this to change that trajectory that you're going for, especially for a translunar injection. So you might be like, how do I find out where the moon's going to be? Well, you could hit the at APO here, and it will project an image here in red. I'll do it right now, and it shows you where the moon will be. Right now we're paused, but if we were in real time and we're in orbit, you'll see where the moon will be. So you can get that translunar injection just right for the moon and get the gravity from the moon. So that's a little more advanced. We'll do that in a later video. But for now, we're going to close that out, and we'll get the checklist open so we can get this baby out of here. So we are in command module power up checklist right now. If I were to hit auto, it will automatically go through everything and set everything up for you. We're not going to do that today because what's the fun in that? But if you first get this game and you just want to get up in the up into orbit, this is the way to do it. You just hit the auto button. So if you click on each of these things here on the checklist, the camera will fly over to it. So on command module power up checklist, we have set fuel cell reactants 1 to on, 2 to on, and 3 to on. So if we click that, it moves us over here and it says, here are your fuel cell reactant switches. Right here, you see fuel cell reactants, and that's the fuel cell purge there. Here are reactant switches right here. We want 1, 2, and 3 to on. So we're going to click it. If we just hover over before we click, it'll give you a brief description of it. Fuel cell reactants 1. As you can see, that's part of the checklist. So now we know we need to click on it. And on this one, you have to right click it to go up. And then 2 and 3. Now that should turn these black, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So don't worry about it. Master alarm is going off right now. There it is. So we'll click that and shut him up. And it turned black. So this, the checklist part is very bugged out. Meaning that sometimes you can't even use the scroll wheel to go up and down. You have to click on a previous thing and then you can move it. So there's some major flaws and bugs here. And if this is something really throws you off, I cannot recommend the game to you. But it's $6 and maybe it'll be something later down the road. I figured why not, you know? Okay, so we did that. Fuel cell radiators. So we got fuel cell radiators 1, 2, and 3 need to be set to normal. And that is up. So we'll right click on those guys. There we go. Those 3 are on normal. And see how they turn black? It means that we did it. Those were supposed to turn black up there, but they didn't for whatever reason. I believe we did get the right ones. Fuel cell reactants. Yeah, I mean, that is right. 1, 2, and 3. That's what it's supposed to be. That's the purge, and that's the fuel cell main bus A. So that's, yeah, no, it's just a matter of it freaking out. And sometimes that does happen. So fuel cell main bus A, we want to turn that guy to on. So right click U till it's on A. There it goes. Main bus A1 to on. Wait, did I do it wrong? Oh, here it is. Main bus A1. I'm getting ahead of myself. That is part of the checklist, but we'll get there. Then we need 2 and 3. There we go. Oh, 3 needs to be off. So left click that guy to off. We're going to get that master caution again, sadly. Let's fly over here and shut it up. Yeah, we know. We know. Set fuel cell main bus B1 to on. So main bus B1 to on. There we go. And 2 to on and 3 to off. So there we go. Set AC inverter 1 to on. So boom. Then we've got 2 on and 3 on. Set AC bus 1, 1. So AC bus 1 to on. 2 to on. We got that. 3 to on as well. Oh, nope. 3 goes off. So it's another one of those things that it's weird. AC bus 2, 1 to on. On and on. So those 3 go on. Interior lights flood to 5. It's already set previously, so we don't have to worry about that. But you can just left click or right click it and change the floodlights. But we want it set at 5 where it's normally at. So those are good. That's why they're already black. RCS setup. All right, let's get the RCS command set up here. So RCS command on or off. So here we are at the RCS command goes on. I left clicked, which is wrong. Right click. There we go. It's on. Enable the RCS fuel isolation valves. Fuel A to on. B. Wait. Those are the wrong ones. We're looking for RCS secondary propellant. These guys right here. That's my fault. All right, so A on, B on, C on. There we go, and D on as well. Open the RCS helium tank pressurizer, which is right here. So A, you go on. See, now this time I had to hit right click to turn those on. This time I have to hit left click to turn those on. So there's quite a few bugs here in the main panel. Open the secondary RCS propellant fuel valves. Let's do that. So open, close A to on, B on, C on, and D on. Beautiful. Enable RCS logic. So we want to set the reaction control system, RCS, logic main A to on. This is the circuit breakers. So RCS logic's right here. There's A right there. That's on, and B is on. Let's do the RCS fuel heaters, which are, just over here. We want to go DBC. So D, B, C, and then A, I believe, is next. So I can't scroll this. Oh, there it went. For a minute there, it was being kind of stupid. And then A. There we go. Now we do the control system propellant 150 liter main A. So it's these guys right here and main B. There we go. So the RCS is set up on the circuit breaker panel. RCS transfer is going to go on to SM. So let's move this guy over to SM just like that. And set launch vehicle X-Lunar inject to safe mode right here. And it's set to safe. Close access hatch and check cabin pressure. This one I can never get to work. You click on it, doesn't do anything. I've flown around the whole module, never found a button I can, make sure that it's closed up. So unfortunately, we can't do anything with that, but I've never had an issue with skipping that. Select computer primary orientation reference. Let's make this a little bit bigger, because you can see how it's just like off the chart there. So let's set the CMC ATT IMU GDC to IMU. So it's in IMU mode. That's why it's black. All right, let's do the FDAI scale 50-15 right here on the bottom. There we go. 50-15 mode set, and then FDAI select to 1+2. There we go. Perfect. FDAI source to CMC. It's over here. Sometimes you got to move this around. There's CMC right there. So let's go into CMC mode. That looks good. Set the ATT set to GDC, which is this guy. Right click down to GDC. Looks good. Set acceleration mode for roll, pitch, and yaw commands. They're all over here. So we're going to go to Excel on roll, pitch, and yaw. So all three of those guys get turned on. ATT DBD is the deadband is already set to 1 by default, so you don't have to touch it. Maximum allowed rotation rate is set to high. We don't have to touch that because it's already there. You see it right there on high. Fantastic. Disable the translational RCS control power L. So set the trans control power to off. It's this guy right here. There we go. RCS transfer on to SM, which we just did a little while ago. So there we go. It's already there. Set SC cont to CMC. So the CMC straight up. There we go. Looks good. Set service mode gimbal to auto. So here's our SCS TVC pitch to auto, which is going to be right here. That goes on, and yaw goes to auto as well. So now we're going to set up the RCS control guidance computer. CMC mode's going to go to auto. There we go, looking nice. Now we set up our initial GDC alignment. So we want to set the roll aspect here to 162, the ASCP. So to do that, we're going to click on the left, and we're going to get to 160. So let's do that. 560, and then right click to the 2. And there we go, set. Pitch is going to be 89. So 89, we do the same thing. Just go left click to the 8 and then right click to the 9. There we go, set. And yaw is going to be 230. So we just left click all the way to 230. Keep on going. 230 set, looking fantastic. All right, so now it says verb, noun for the computer. So you have to manually do this by moving this over here. Zoom out a little bit. We're gonna move up here. Here's our flight computer. And what you want to do is you want to hit PRO. That's going to turn this thing on. Okay, so we're going to go from standby to let's do it. All right, that looks good there. And we want to put our verb in. So we're going to do VRB of 11 and then 37 nouns. So VRB 11, and then our noun is going to be, oh shit, VRB is 37. Oops. Let's try this again. Verb is going to be 37. And then our noun is going to be 11. There we go right there. Now, when we hit enter, we're going to start our launch procedure here at Cape Canaveral. So we're ready for it. After liftoff continues on checklist, Earth orbit insertion. So the next one's going to be Earth orbit insertion. So we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and hit enter. There we go. We've got a T-minus countdown happening here. So we're going to go to the outside view and watch the fireworks from here. Zoom around this way. This looks pretty good.
Umbilical arm retracting.
There goes the umbilical arm is retracting here. We are ready for launch into parking orbit for the Apollo 8 mission. If we did everything right, we'll be golden. Let's hope that'll be the case. This will be a good spot here. So we go to camera, we can turn off follow, and we can watch it like it's an actual rocket launch here. It's freaking out a little bit here on us, but that's all right. We are still go. 15. Here we go, guys.
12, 11, 10, 9. We have ignition sequence start.
There we go. Ignition sequence start. And liftoff. Liftoff of the Apollo 8, the Saturn V rocket. And we have cleared the tower. There she goes. Yeah, baby. There we go. Now wait for that sound, that amazing sound of a rocket. There it is. We go to TV zoom here. All right, 1 Bravo setting to abort mode in case we have to abort. Turn that TV zoom off and you can just see that sucker go. So now we go to follow mode. So here we are, following the rocket as we climb off of 39A here in Cape Canaveral in Florida. Check that out. So we can double click, go into our module, and look at this sucker going insane. There's Mach 1, sound barrier is crossed. All systems are go. We're still looking good here. Back outside.
Apollo 8, Houston, Texas Command Center here. Stand by Apollo 8. Your current orbital parameters are as follows. Apogee is 3,834 miles. Perigee is 9 miles with an orbital period of 29 minutes and 31 seconds.
Fantastic.
Orbital inclination is 354.
We're looking good. We should have a stage separation soon after the main engine cuts off. We'll be into the second stage here shortly. There's our gravity turn looking very nice. There it goes. We're staging. That's a classic camera view there. There it goes. There's our stage. And now we are on the second stage. Beautiful. We're looking good. And there goes the little top tower. Woo! That sucker is gone. We can see out here too. You usually see it go flying from there, but looking all right here as we climb out of Florida. Woo-wee. All right. So yeah, the graphics are crude. Like I said, they're not the greatest thing in the world, but when you get zoomed in, it's not absolutely terrible, and that's kind of nice. So now let's click on the orbit screen, what we were doing before. I'm going to actually make this smaller. So let's move over this guy over this way, make him a little bit smaller so we can see what's going on in front of us. And when we zoom in, we can see right there now, that is our OAPSIS currently. So as we continue to climb out of Florida here, we're going to see that change. It's going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger until we get that into a orbit for Earth. But we can see right here, OAPSIS is currently 3,898 nautical miles and climbing. Everything's looking fantastic for now, so we can just kind of enjoy the show and look at the Earth down below us as we climb over it. Now, one thing I have learned in this game is if you turn on the time compression because you really want to do that a lot in the game. But if you're in the early stages of the rocket launching to orbit, you're going to lose all your textures underneath this. All right, Bermuda Station, we got you loud and clear. Beautiful. You start losing all the textures underneath you on the Earth, which kind of sucks because you can't get them back. So I recommend you not using time compression when you first start out. But right now, all systems are looking good for the moment. All right, all systems are looking good right now. You can see here we got 5 good engines. We don't have a master alarm. This thing makes a terrible sound. The computer going into the PROG, it'll just do that, like, for some reason. But you get used to it. We can look up here. Let's move around here. Let's go up here over this way and have a look outside that window. Look at that. That's awesome. That's really, really, really cool stuff. And we're not even in parking orbit yet. So we'll get there eventually. What's this one say? FC bus disconnect. Okay. I know that once we had the top piece go flying off, we can change one of these over. Forget which one it is. I think it's down here, actually. One of these guys can be set to that can go back to inject or something like that, or is it the EDS auto to off? I don't remember what it is exactly, but it's not going to hurt us either way. Check out the condensation out there, and we can actually see there's the Earth right there. So we have a good good perception of where we're going here. Look at that. And what a hell of a burn this thing is doing. So let's have a look at the orbit screen so we're at. Zoom in. We're looking good. It's still climbing. It's going to take a while to get there. I'm not going to speed up the time compression because I don't want to lose any textures. So we're going to wait for it to get the WAPSIS to get into orbit, and then we can get a nice parking orbit going on here. And we are staging. There goes that part of it. And now we are on the 3rd stage here. There it goes, flying back there. You just see just how fast we're going. It's insane. We open our orbit screen here. And we can see our WAPSIS is at 3,909 nautical miles. And it's still climbing, so we are just about, look at that. We've got the orbit kind of starting to get
Apollo
here towards Africa.
Tracking station speaking.
All right.
Apollo 8 telemetry shows your current fuel and propellant levels to be 106,812 pounds of
That's
oxidizer,
a lot of
128,174 of fuel. Both values nominal.
Beautiful. All systems are nominal. We're looking good. Still getting into orbit here. I love the little frequency sound. The little beep. That's such a classic sound. I forget the actual name of it. I'm sure somebody will say that in the comments below. It's like a something. It's a name, and then it's tone. So I forget what it is. It kind of. My mind's shuffling with a K or something. It's like a K tone or something. I don't know. Back to the module. Have a look here at what we have going on. There's our attitude there. And look above us. Look at that. That is so cool.
Shut down right on time.
There we go. There's main engine cutoff.
Roger, shut down, and we copy 101.4 by 103.6.
Looking great. Look at those clouds underneath us. Once you get up here, it doesn't look too bad, but now we're starting to see that
Apollo 11,
vertice line there.
You are confirmed to go for orbit.
Go for orbit. Fantastic.
US Navy Vanguard radio station speaking.
All right.
You are within radio range.
This Navy Vanguard is with us. And now we can go to orbit and have a look here. Here is the orbit. We've got our Saturn CS is us right now. So our WAPSIS is just off the coast of Madagascar here. And our periapsis is going to be over here. So now we need to do a few things here to get into parking orbit. Since we have done that successfully. So let's go back into the module here. Let's open up our checklist and we will go to general procedures, Earth orbit insertion. Yep, we were good with the tower clear. All that's good. Stage engine cutoff. Wait for mission control for orbiter orbital parameters. So basically what we're going to have to do is the P52 alignment. So we're waiting for Houston to tell us something else here, I believe, before we do the P52 burn to get this thing into a good prograde here. So you could always go to autopilot and you can go down here. Now, some of these are going to be locked, so you don't accidentally do them. But say you wanted to do a P52 burn, you can do it down here. You've got, where is it at? It's, I saw it a second ago. Level flight radius, blah, 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 SPS burn, reentry, auto, PO alignment. That's the one right there. So if I was to click that, it would pop up here. I could hit play, and that will do the P52 burn for us. But we don't want to do that. You could also, if you want to continue to go prograde, stay aligned with the Earth here, we could always hit prograde and do it that way as well. But we're not worried about that. If we do launch to moon orbit and launch that, that's going to start the translunar injection phase. Now, we don't want to do that. If we want to go to the moon, and here, I'll show you what I'm talking about now. We can click on orbit here, orbit Earth, sun, and moon. You can see the parameters are just absolutely off the chart here, but we can go to the target here and select the moon. And we're going to change you back to Earth so we know, but there's the moon there. So now if I go to APO, bam, we can see where the moon is going to be if we were to try to go towards it. But if we turn that off, you see the moon hasn't moved very much because we're just now getting into parking orbit here. But we could change all the parameters of stuff like this right here. So I'm not really worried about that. We're waiting to hear back from Houston on what they want us to do. We're going to do a P52 alignment burn and do the checklists required for that. And we should be in a good parking orbit around the Earth.
Apollo 8. Apollo 8.
All right, Apollo 8.
Vanguard radio station.
We got you. Loud and clear.
All systems are go at elapsed mission time of 15 minutes and 41 seconds.
All right, that's good. I think it's safe to say we can do our P52 burn. Let's bring up this checklist here. Set hatch to close. That's good to go. It's black. CMC, ATT, IMU, GDC to IMU. That's good to go. FDI scale is 50-15. Select is 1+2, which we did earlier. And this is where the thing I'm having that problem. Oh, there we go. It moved. Actually, I haven't had too many issues today with the scroll wheel going through the checklist. Usually I do. These are all black, so FDI source is CMC. We're just doing a checklist to make sure everything looks good. We haven't changed anything like that. It's all in black, and everything is good there. So parking orbit. So we can do the P52 alignment, honestly. And let's go ahead and do that with the autopilot. So I can show you how that works. So let's click and go outside here. And we're going to do a P52 alignment burn. So let's go to autopilot. That looks good there. Let's move this over here, actually. And we'll go down here to the PO. Alignment. There it is right there. And we're going to hit play. And it should do its thing. Maybe it doesn't need to do it. But sometimes that it kicks it into its gear. But I think we're actually fine as far as parking orbit goes. So let's go ahead and go to checklist. This is where the part of the simulation starts to change. Is because you're not all of this is there yet. It will be in the future.
Center relaying signal via Canary Islands, Spain station.
All right, we're talking to Canary Islands off of Spain. All right, let's go to general procedures, and we're going to do the parking orbit. So here we go. We have the lights on now for this. So set SEQ events, cont system pyro arm A to safe. So A to safe mode and B to safe. There we go. Those look nice. Disable translational control power. Set trans control power to off. So there it is right there. It's already on off. Got power off. Directory looks good. B. Okay, these guys right here, those are supposed to be for, to off. So I assume they're already in the off position. Yeah, they're both in the off position. That's why they're grayed out. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else really to do other than ready for translunar injection, which translunar injection is going to be on the other side here of so like we're coming off Madagascar right there. We go around. So the translunar injection is going to be right around just north of New Zealand is where it's going to be. So we can see the moon there. That's where we're going to get our that's where we're going to get all of the momentum we can to swing out and then grab the moon's gravity to pull us towards that. So we have to do like a correction angle to get there. However, this is one of the parts of this simulation in this current early access that is an issue. Some people have not even made it to the moon yet. I mean, we're going to try it because why not, you know? If we die, we die. It's a learning process. But some people say that it's bugged out and they can't even get to the moon. So sadly, that is a thing. If we move up here, you can look at that wonderful, wonderful shot of the Earth moving around. Here, let me go outside and then come back in. There we go. Okay, that's weird. Oh, there's the hatch now with the circle. It's not open anymore. Okay, so that actually was taken care of, so that's good. Let's go ahead and get a
Canary Island Spain station.
Yep.
Reporting to Apollo 8.
Yes.
All systems are go at elapsed mission time of 20 minutes and 47 seconds.
Beautiful. We are good to go. So let's get this thing ready for a translunar injection. I'm gonna go to autopilot. I'm gonna do autopilot. I want you to have translunar injection, which is this one right here, and it's loaded.
Apollo 8, Canary Island, Spain tracking station speaking.
Yep.
Apollo 8 telemetry shows your current fuel and propellant levels to be 96,559 pounds of oxidizer,
okay.
115,871 of fuel.
Let's open up the orbit.
Both values nominal.
We want orbit. We want the moon. There it is right there, so we can see where it's going to be. We hit the APO, but we're not in time compression yet. Orbit, moon. Okay, that's all checked. That looks good. Let's go ahead and turn up time compression here. Now you can't do any advanced autopilot programs until that is you're back in normal mode. But I want to get us closer to translunar injection
Next
here.
Loss of signal in 20 seconds.
Yep.
Good luck from all of us at Canary Island, Spain.
We always appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and speed it up even more because we're going to be ready for translunar injection here. And you can see looks like the P-52 worked because we are staying aligned with the Earth. So that's good. But look at that. We're cruising now. We're almost to the Oapsis here.
Tamarin of Madagascar radio station speaking. You are within radio range.
Yep, see what I'm talking about? There we go. When you have that time compression turned up, you lose the textures of the Earth. But we're not messing around today. We want to just get to the spot we need to here. So there we go. It looks like it's staying prograde,
Apollo
so
8,
that's good.
This is Tamarin of Madagascar. Loss of signal will occur in 20 seconds.
You got it. Let's go ahead and just not look at that nonsense. There we go. Looking good here. Translunar injection is going to be right in this area, right over here. So we're going to start the translunar injection burn right here.
Radio station.
Shortly. So we go to the orbit, APO. There's the moon there. I'm trying to get this thing to... Oh, sim is on Earth. One on the moon. There we go. So we see where that's at. No. Moon. Back to Earth. Orbit's on Earth. I want orbit on moon. There we go. We can see what we're doing here. So we need to try to get... This is all a mess right now. Turn APO off. Orbit the moon. That's what we want to do. And translunar injection is coming up. I'm trying to remember how to get it to go over there. We could change the delta V. So let's actually change this over to Earth here. And what we're going to do is we're going to slow down time here because we're getting close to that time where we're going to start the burn right over here. So we want to go delta V and start hitting this. So what we want to do is zoom out and we're going to hold that delta V until we see it change like that. That's what we want. There it goes all the way out. And we want to draw that out towards the moon here. So we'll change the delta T to go this way. And we'll know, and you see the numbers is changing what our burn is going to be. So we want to try to find out where the moon's going to be by hitting APO. The moon's going to be over this way. So let's go.
This is Parks, Australia. Loss of signal will occur in 20 seconds.
This way here.
Good luck.
And delta V that sucker out. Oh, there it was. Oh, hold on. So we want to find out where it's going to be when we're here. So We want to get it out to the moon orbit, which is right about there. And then we're going to delta T it over until we can catch the moon, which is over here. So plus that, gotta try to catch the moon over here. So it's going to be right in that area. So that looks good. That's what we would want on our system to catch the moon there. Turn the APO off now, and you can see that's where we're going to burn towards, and the moon's over here. So by the time we get there, that should all work out if we do these things right. That's the true question here. And I've not had any luck with this yet. All right, we're in complete darkness right now. Let's go into the module so we can see what we're doing. And open up the orbit guy again. We're going to speed time up here in a second. And we're going to be ready for a translunar injection and try to just see if we can get it to go there. Let's speed up time a little bit more. A little bit more than that. About right in here. So let's try to
Apollo 8,
do it here.
This is U.S. Navy injection ship station.
Yep.
Radio check.
Injection ship station. We're good to go. Let's start the lunar injection burn.
Spacecrafts and moon's orbital planes not aligned within the required 2 deg range.
Oh,
stopping autopilot.
I know why. It's not. Yeah, the plane is off. So let's go to orbit here. We didn't change the normal, so we need to change this normal so it's on the plane. That was the problem. That was the problem. We got to change the Delta V again. So we know what we're doing now, kind of. Swing this guy over. And you see the plane is screwed up because that's
Apollo
the normal. We got to change
8, this
that.
is U.S. Navy injection ship radio station.
And the radial.
Your current orbital parameters are as follows. Apogee is 4,075 miles. Perigee is 3,884 miles with an orbital period of 1 hour 28 minutes. Orbital inclination is 354.
Yep. Yeah, got it. Now let's zoom this out so we can grab that moon again. Whoop. About right there. That looks good. Delta T it over. There we go. Delta T looks good there. And now we got to look at the plane because the plane's going to be screwed. So here it is right here. Zoom out. You see we have that downward angle there. We don't want that. And you can change that with the normal here. Where's the radial? I don't know if we can do that. Not from there, at least. So I don't know. This is the part where I'm not 100% sure. But this is the first look at Space Simulator. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Now, you can do something like this. So say you screwed something up. You can go to menu. You can go to load scenario. And then you can do, index. You can go to run missions. And then from here, you go to the Apollo program, Apollo 8. And then here we can go launch Earth Park and Orbit. So if you click on this and Translunar Injection, these are different ones that'll get you there. So next time we'll just jump into the Translunar Injection one and we'll continue on from where we did today. But I just wanted to show you what this game is. It's only $6 on Steam. So to me, it wasn't that much money lost in the whole deal. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.